Have you ever felt a quiet frustration when your legs don't carry you as far as they used to? You wake up full of intention, perhaps even joy, but as soon as you stand, you feel it. The stiffness in your knees, the hesitation in your balance, the unspoken fear of a small misstep. Many of my patients tell me I still feel young in my mind, but my body, it's slowing me down. And that's something I deeply understand. In America, it's common to believe that walking more is the solution. But I've learned, especially from the elders in Japan, that moving more doesn't always mean walking more. In fact, many Japanese seniors in their 70s and even 80s who rarely go on long walks still maintain remarkable strength and balance. Their secret lies not in how far they walk, but how they move within their daily life. Simple movements, quiet repetitions, deep connections with the body. As a physician who has spent years working with older adults, I've come to embrace 5 gentle exercises practiced daily by elders in Japan that can improve balance, flexibility, and confidence in movement, even if walking feels harder than it used to. We'll explore each of these together. No equipment needed, no gym, just your presence and perhaps a little curiosity. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from? And what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And if you find these gentle tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. As a doctor, I've had countless conversations with older adults who tell me I used to walk miles without even thinking about it. Now I'm afraid to go to the mailbox. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know it's not a failure on your part, and it's not just about your legs. Yes, aging naturally affects the muscles in your legs. Your calves, thighs, and hips may lose strength if not used regularly. But walking isn't only about muscle. It's a delicate collaboration between your joints, nerves, balance, vision, and even your confidence. Let's start with balance. In Japan, many elders practice daily movements that focus on internal awareness, knowing where your body is in space. This sense is called proprioception, and it quietly fades with age if we don't keep it active. In Western medicine, we often overlook this. We tell seniors, walk more, but don't address what's happening in the ankles, the hips, the spine, the small systems that support every step. Then there's the nervous system. Your brain sends signals to your legs through a network of nerves. As we age, these signals slow down slightly. That's why you might notice a delay between deciding to move and actually moving. In Japanese health culture, this connection is seen as sacred. That's why elders often begin their day not by walking, but by waking up their body, gently rotating the joints, stretching slowly, breathing deeply. They don't rush their first movements. Vision plays a role too. If your eyesight isn't what it used to be, even a small crack in the sidewalk can become a risk. That's why one of the most powerful exercises for safer walking doesn't involve your feet at all. It's training your eyes to scan slowly and your body to respond calmly. And of course, confidence. Falling once, or even just the fear of falling, can change how you move. You may shorten your stride, tense your muscles, or avoid walking altogether. But ironically, avoiding movement makes balance worse, not better. What I admire about Japanese elders is their patience. They don't push through pain or force their bodies to walk farther than feels safe. Instead, they focus on rebuilding strength and confidence through gentle movements inside the home movements that retrain the brain, reawaken the joints, and slowly restore freedom. If walking has started to feel hard for you, please know you are not broken. It just means your body is asking for a different kind of care. And in the next part, we'll explore a powerful Japanese philosophy called Ikiru Karada, how to build a body that lives fully, no matter your age. Shall we begin? In Japan, there is a quiet phrase, often spoken among elders, Ikiru Karada, a body that lives fully. It's not about youth, athleticism, or pushing through pain. It's about moving with presence, aging with grace, and building a body that can carry you gently through each day. When I first heard this phrase, I asked a 76-year-old woman in Okinawa what it meant to her. She smiled and said, It means my body still answers when I ask it to move. That simple answer carries deep wisdom. In Western fitness culture, we often focus on burning calories, building muscle, or reaching steps on a pedometer. But in Japan, especially among the older generation, movement is not a task, it is a way of life. They don't count steps. They pay attention to how they bend, how they breathe, how they sit and stand. They focus on effortless function, not hard performance. This approach is rooted in an understanding that the body must stay connected, not just strong. The joints must remain open, the spine must stay fluid, the breath must remain deep. It's not enough to walk farther. We must walk with clarity. A fascinating study published in the Japanese Journal of Geriatrics found that older adults who practiced simple body awareness exercises for just 10 minutes each morning showed measurable improvements in balanced leg strength and reaction time within 6 weeks. The most remarkable part, many of these participants had stopped walking long distances altogether due to joint issues. Their progress came not from doing more, but from doing gently and often. This is the essence of Ikiru Karada. It's the belief that small daily movements, done with focus, can restore what age may try to take away. No need for heavy workouts, no pressure to go outside if the body feels uncertain. Just a gentle return to movement on your own terms. Japanese elders often start their day with what they call Shinshin Taiso, a type of mind-body calisthenics. It includes simple motions like raising the arms with breath rotating the ankles while seated or lightly tapping the knees to stimulate circulation. These rituals are done slowly and often with music or morning sunlight. They are not just for the body, they're for the spirit. As a doctor, I see this not just as tradition, but as a form of healing. For many of my American patients, incorporating this mindset is a turning point. They stop seeing exercise as punishment and start seeing movement as kindness. In the next section, we'll begin exploring the first of 5 Japanese-inspired exercises you can do right at home, even if walking is difficult. We'll start with one that reconnects you to your hips and lower back, the very foundation of how we sit, stand, and move through space. Let's discover it together. Let's begin our journey with one of the most underestimated areas of the aging body, the hips and lower back. When we think about walking, we usually picture the feet and legs. But the true foundation of your movement, the silent strength behind each step, starts in the hips, pelvis, and lower spine. If these areas become stiff, even the act of standing up from a chair can feel like climbing a mountain. This is why the first Japanese-inspired exercise I want to share with you is called the floor reach. It's not a stretch for flexibility. It's a reminder for your body that you still own space, that you can still bend flow and return to center with ease. How to do the floor reach. Start by sitting on a chair with your feet flat and your spine straight. Place both hands gently on your thighs. Now inhale slowly, and as you exhale, begin to slide your hands down toward your knees, then toward your shins, only as far as feels comfortable. Don't force the movement. Don't strain your back. The goal is not to touch your toes. It's to invite movement into your spine. Pause at the bottom for a breath or two. Feel the gentle pull at the base of your back, the release of tension in your hips. Then slowly roll back up one vertebra at a time, like stacking soft blocks of wood. Repeat this 3 to 5 times, moving slowly with your breath. Each repetition is a conversation with your body. Each breath is a chance to say, I am still here. I am still capable. Azura Aristino in Japan, elders often retain remarkable hip flexibility into their 70s and beyond, not because they do yoga or go to the gym, but because they live close to the floor. They sit on tatami mats. They eat at low tables. They sleep on futons. And all of this means they get up and down, bend forward, and fold their hips multiple times a day naturally. I remember visiting the home of an 84-year-old retired school teacher in Kyoto. She moved gracefully across her living room, sat cross-legged to serve tea, and stood up again without assistance or complaint. When I asked her secret, she laughed and said I just never stopped sitting on the floor. That moment changed how I think about aging. In contrast, many homes in the West are designed to minimize bending. Chairs, high beds, elevated toilets. They're meant for convenience, but over time, they may disconnect us from the movements that keep our bodies young. That's where the floor reach comes in. It's a bridge. It reminds your hips how to bend your spine, how to stretch your muscles, how to support you. But it also serves another purpose, reducing the risk of falls. When your hips and spine move well, your center of gravity stays strong. You're less likely to lose balance or rely on momentum to stand up. A study from the Tokyo Geriatric Movement Institute found that older adults who practiced seated forward reaches daily improved their reaction time and ability to recover from slips within just 4 weeks. More importantly, participants felt safer in their own bodies. And that feeling of safety, that confidence in your ability to move, is what truly matters. If you've struggled with tight hips or lower back discomfort, I encourage you to begin with just 1 minute of the floor reach each morning. Over time, as your body awakens to the rhythm of this movement, you may find yourself bending lower, standing taller, and sitting more comfortably. This isn't just about flexibility. It's about reclaiming the parts of yourself that time tried to take away. One breath, one reach, one gentle reminder that you are still capable of movement, still connected to your body, and still very much alive. In our next section, we'll focus on a smaller but just as powerful area of the body, your ankles. You'll discover how tiny circles with your feet can transform your balance and why Japanese elders never overlook the role of their toes. Let's keep going. Let's move downward now to a part of your body that rarely gets much attention until it starts to hurt or fail, your ankles. Most people don't realize just how essential ankle strength and flexibility are to everyday life. Yet these small joints bear the weight of every step you take, and they play a central role in your sense of balance. In fact, many falls begin not because of a weak leg or slow reflex, but because of stiff or unstable ankles. In Japan, elders are taught to maintain their ankle mobility as a daily habit, just like brushing their teeth. One of the simplest yet most powerful exercises they do is called ankle circles. It may look easy, but don't be fooled by its simplicity. This one movement can improve circulation, strengthen stabilizer muscles, and train your brain to better control your feet, especially on uneven surfaces. How to do ankle circles. Sit comfortably in a chair with your back straight and feet flat on the floor. Lift one foot slightly off the ground, just a few inches. Now begin to gently rotate your foot in a slow, controlled circle, as if you're drawing a circle with your toes. Go clockwise 10 times, then counterclockwise 10 times. Then switch to the other foot. It's okay if the circles are small at first. Over time, your range of motion will expand. The key here is mindful movement, not rushing, not forcing. You can even close your eyes and visualize the motion. Feel the muscles around your ankle engage. Notice any stiffness or tightness. Let your breath stay soft and steady. Just a few minutes a day can bring remarkable changes. One of the reasons Japanese elders remain steady on their feet well into their 80s is because they understand that foot health, full body health. Unlike many Westerners who wear stiff shoes all day, Japanese seniors often wear flexible slippers indoors or go barefoot on tatami mats. This allows their feet to move freely, grip surfaces, and remain active rather than passive. There's also a cultural appreciation for grounding. Many older Japanese practice walking meditation in gardens or Shinrin-yoku forest, bathing, where they walk slowly and attentively through nature, letting the feet connect with the earth. Even their traditional dances and tea ceremonies involve subtle foot movements that keep the ankles mobile and alert. A study from Osaka University followed 2 groups of seniors. One practiced ankle mobility drills. Like circles, the other only walked daily. After 8 weeks, the ankle group showed better balance, quicker response times, and fewer missteps, even though they didn't walk as far or as often. That's the power of focusing on the quality of movement, not just quantity. Let me share a short story. One of my patients, Mr. Harold, age 72, had developed a fear of walking outside after a minor fall. His legs were strong, but his steps were hesitant, especially on gravel or uneven ground. After I introduced him to ankle circles, he started doing them each morning while waiting for his coffee to brew. Just 3 minutes a day. Within 3 weeks, he said something that stayed with me. "I don't feel like my feet are strangers anymore. I feel grounded again." That's exactly what we want. To feel rooted, connected, stable not just in our legs, but in our whole body. So if you've ever felt wobbly or unsure when stepping off a curb, or if you've noticed your feet dragging more than they used, to this tiny circle could be a turning point. It's not about how far you walk, it's about how ready your feet are for each step. As you build this practice into your daily life, I encourage you to treat it like a quiet ritual, perhaps after waking up or while listening to music in the evening. Let it become something you look forward to, a moment where you return to yourself. Next, we'll shift our focus upward to a part of the body that is deeply connected to independence, memory, and even emotion: your hands. Because just as your feet support your movement, your hands support your connection to the world. Let's explore how a gentle Japanese finger exercise can strengthen your shoulders, calm your nerves, and even help your brain stay sharp. Now let's turn our attention to a part of the body that holds more than just strength. It holds memory, independence, and connection: your hands. Our hands are the first to reach out to loved ones, to prepare meals, to write notes, to button a shirt. And yet as we age, we often begin to lose the dexterity, control, and confidence in our fingers and wrists. What many people don't realize is that the hands are deeply linked to the brain and nervous system. In fact, studies show that as hand function declines, so can coordination, focus, and even cognitive health. In Japan, the connection between hand movement and brain vitality is not just studied, it's lived. From calligraphy to origami, from carefully preparing tea to arranging bento lunches, Japanese elders continue to use their hands in precise, mindful ways, keeping both the body and brain alive. Inspired by this wisdom, I often teach my older patients a simple and powerful movement called the finger walk. It's easy to do, requires no tools, and offers incredible benefits, not just for the fingers and shoulders, but for the brain itself. How to do the finger walk: start by placing your hand flat on a table or your lap, fingers spread comfortably. Now, starting with your index finger, gently walk each finger toward the thumb, one at a time, slowly and with control. Then reverse the motion, returning each finger to its starting position. Repeat this 5 to 10 times per hand. To make it more interesting, you can do both hands at the same time, mirroring the movements, or you can close your eyes and try to feel the motion deeply without looking. You'll likely notice a few things. 1 or 2 fingers might feel stiffer than the rest. Your shoulders may subtly engage. And most importantly, your mind becomes quiet as you focus on the gentle task. That's part of the magic. In Japan, there is a cultural value called te no kokoro, the heart within the hand. It reflects the belief that intention and care are transmitted through the fingers. Whether cooking for family or folding laundry, movement through the hands is seen as a form of connection to self and others. This view isn't just poetic, it has science behind it. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that hand exercises, especially those requiring sequencing and coordination, like the finger walk, stimulated areas of the brain associated with memory and executive function. In just 6 weeks, participants showed improvements in finger strength and cognitive performance, especially among adults over 70. For elders in Japan, the daily use of the hands isn't limited to chores. It's seen as a way to stay mentally sharp and emotionally grounded. That's why activities like knitting, writing with brush pens, and even flower arranging are encouraged well into old age. It's not about what you make, it's about how you move while doing it. Let me tell you about Mrs. Yamada, a former nurse. I met in Sapporo. At 81, she spent her mornings folding tiny paper cranes, sometimes hundreds in a single week. When I asked why she chose this task, she replied, "Because every time I fold, I remember something. My hands wake up my memories." She told me that when she stopped folding during a cold winter, she noticed her thoughts became foggier and her shoulders more tense. Once she resumed, her clarity returned. That's the power of mindful hand movement. In the West, we sometimes forget how essential our fingers are until we lose the ability to write a note button, a shirt, or open a jar. But you can restore that connection. The finger walk is a beginning. It teaches your brain to pay attention to each finger, reawakening the delicate pathways that help you function with ease. If you feel tension in your shoulders, stiffness in your hands, or a bit of mental fog from time to time, this movement is for you. Do it when you're sitting quietly, or while listening to music, or even in bed before sleep. Over time, you may notice a lighter touch, a steadier grip, and a clearer mind. And remember, this is not just physical therapy. It's a way to return to yourself. In our next section, we'll explore how to strengthen your upper body without straining your joints, using a gentle Japanese-inspired movement at the wall. If getting up from a chair or carrying groceries has become more difficult, this next exercise may surprise you. Let's continue gently. One of the most common challenges I hear from older adults is the struggle to get up from a low chair reach overhead or carry something with confidence. These everyday actions rely on strength in the chest, shoulders, and arms, but traditional strength training like push-ups can often feel too hard or even painful, especially for aging joints. That's why I recommend a gentle joint-friendly alternative used by many elders in Japan: wall pushes. This simple movement provides the benefits of a push-up without the strain. How to do wall pushes. Stand about an arm's length away from a wall. Place your palms flat on the wall, shoulder width apart. Now slowly bend your elbows, bringing your chest gently toward the wall while keeping your body straight. Then push back to your starting position. Repeat this 8 to 10 times, breathing steadily. You can adjust the distance from the wall based on your strength and comfort. In Japanese homes, where space is often limited, exercises like this are a natural part of daily life. I've watched elders do wall pushes after opening the window in the morning, using the cool air as a way to wake up the body. There's no rush, just presence and breath. Wall pushes help maintain the strength needed to support your body weight safely. They also improve posture, reduce shoulder stiffness, and help you feel more in control when reaching or lifting. Next, we'll combine movement and breath in a standing balance. Exercise used widely in Japan to calm the mind and awaken the nervous system. Now we arrive at the heart of calm and control: breath and balance. Stand near a wall or chair for support. Slowly lift one foot just an inch off the ground. As you hold this position, take 3 deep, slow breaths, focusing on the rise and fall of your belly. Then switch sides. This gentle practice, common among elders in Japan, trains both body and mind. It strengthens stabilizer muscles and improves focus, reducing the risk of falls. As a Japanese saying goes, the breath leads the body, and with each breath, you return to steadiness inside and out. You don't need to do all 5 exercises at once. In fact, just 10 minutes a day, divided morning and evening, is enough to bring lasting change. Here's a gentle rhythm many of my patients follow. Morning floor reach, plus ankle circles, 5 minutes, evening finger walks, plus wall pushes, plus balance, stand 5 minutes. Consistency matters more than intensity, like the quiet rituals in a Japanese home. Small movements done daily can retrain your body, calm your nervous system, and restore your confidence. Let these moments be your medicine. Simple, soothing, and deeply yours. You don't need long walks or loud workouts to reclaim strength. Your body still listens gently, patiently, if you speak to it with care. These 5 quiet movements, inspired by Japanese elders, are not about fighting age. They're about honoring it and staying connected to the life within you. Even if today you only try one, that's enough. You've already begun. If you try any of these movements, I'd love to hear how you feel afterward. Leave me a comment below and don't forget to subscribe, because next time we'll explore the healing foods that keep Japanese joints strong and spirits light. Ask ChatGPT